One. Hello, TikTok family. Hello, hello, hello. I almost went Ciao Bella. Is someone going to be talking to me from Italy? Hi, Marissa. Here's my Paris tea. I'm just drinking my tea. Can you see my bags under my eyes? Mama's sleepy today, but I miss you guys, so I wanted to come on here. If you can, if you're coming on and you want to tap the screen, that'd be great. Just kind of tell me where you're from. Hello. I see. Hi, Julie. Hold on. There we go. Something. I'm so sleepy after all my readings, and I don't know if I had a little cold or something like that, so I'm sipping my tea. But I wanted to see if you guys, how many were here last night? Hi, how are you? How many of you were here with us last night when I was doing readings? Hi from the UK. Hello, Nicole. I'm so tired I couldn't possibly give anybody a reading today, but I wanted to chat and see how everyone's doing. For those of you just coming on, my name's Julie and I'm a psychic medium. I'm over here in Oregon. Hi from Oklahoma. My sister lived in Oklahoma for a while. Her husband was in the Air Force training. So yeah, I never went and visited her, but I definitely sent me some pictures from there and everything. She's all, we have a water tower, and I was like, okay, cool. But other than that, I don't know much about Oklahoma. How's the weather out in Oklahoma? How are you doing? So for those of you guys, hey, SF baby, how are you, sunshine? From Quebec, Canada, and Kentucky, nice. I'm good, sweetie, just a little bit tired. Do you know what I mean? Like, I had like a cough last night, but I was able to get my readings done, but feeling kind of sleepy, but I miss everybody. So I wanted to come on here and see how everybody's doing. If you joined me for my live last night, I did give a reading and it just still touches my heart. Doing good, gonna be cold tomorrow. Was she in Midwest City? I think so. Is that where everybody is in Oklahoma if their loved one is in training for the Air Force? Yeah, it was so sweet for the live yesterday. Hello, Amy. Oh, yay, another reading. Oh, I was going to do a reading, but I'm so sleepy. I may be able to get going here in a little bit, but right now I just wanted to say hi. Hi, Shelly. And another person from Oklahoma, Ashley. We've got another person on here. So glad to see you too. Thanks for coming on. I did a live last night, and I have to tell you that after doing readings for 2 decades, I'm still amazed at the information that comes through. My brother was in UNICEF. That gives me chills. Oh, yeah? So, the live I gave, unfortunately, there was a grandmother who had lost her grandson. And the way that it works for me is I'll start to see, hear, and feel things that the other side wants me to tell you. Sometimes people, and rightfully so, they'll be like, my mom's crossed and I'm thinking of a number. If you tell me what this number is, I'll know it's my mom. And I always try to tell people, please don't do that. Just like let it go, because that might be your agenda, but they have things that they want to talk about. And I have no control over what a spirit says to me. So I always say, hold on tightly to the fact that your loved one's on the other side, but hold on loosely to the message and how it's going to be received. But at the same time, just word of caution, don't let a medium have you feed them all of your information. They should be able to know something. Like a reading I did this morning, I said, I know she wanted to hear from somebody. I said, I have a gentleman coming through. I keep hearing bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? Does that mean anything to you? She's like, yeah, he was a cop. Do you know what I mean? Out of all the industries of that someone could be, how would I know that? But that's how I would hear it. Like I'll start hearing a song. And yesterday when I was giving a reading to this lady who lost her grandson, I just kept hearing a river over and over again, a river, like water trickling. And then I was like, is the river runs through it, or the movie where Brad Pitt was named Tristan. Like, does that mean anything to you? And it was called Legend of the Falls, and she's like, his name was Legend. So see, like, that's another tricky way that they get me to talk to somebody. So I just wanted to come in here. I didn't think I was going to be doing a reading, but I'm going to just jump on here just to see, has anybody lost their dad? And I don't know if it was recently, and I usually don't do this because I grab somebody from Ohio. Hi. Somebody has lost their dad. Something significant about Valentine's Day. Either that's a birthday or an anniversary. Someone got married on Valentine's Day, or there's something very close to, like, I keep hearing dad and Valentine's Day. Oh, thank you, Adrian. That really means a lot to me. Aren't you so sweet? My dad was very sick, and his B-Day was February 15th. Okay. Okay, it's you. Lucky Dragons. Your dad was very sick and passed 3 days before Valentine's Day. It's you. It's you. Lucky Dragons. Your dad was very sick and passed away 3 days before Valentine's Day. He shows me a wedding, so I don't know if you danced with him at your wedding or if you're getting married now. This is for Dragon Z. I wasn't thinking I was going to be doing readings on here, but I am. Oh no, my no passed, and my cousin and I were talking about her wedding on Valentine's Day and how he didn't. Okay, I need moderator to hold on to because this is double messages. But Dragon Z. Hi, Holly. How are you, sunshine? If you could come on here, Dragon Z. And hello from Las Vegas. I have my Paris tea here. I love this. Dragon Z, I don't see you, sweetie, so I don't know if you're hopping around. Sometimes people hop around a little bit to other people's readings. Hi, Virginia. I hope you're doing well too, sweetie. You said Lucky Dragons at first. Yeah, Lucky Dragon, and then here, she's here. Okay. Could you do me a favor and answer in all caps? And this message might be a duplicate message. Thank you, moderator. But can you answer in hi from Boston in all caps? Lucky Dragon. So thank you, sweetie. Your dad was passed away 3 days before Valentine's Day. He was showing me that. One of the things, can I ask you, not to be detail oriented, but I have to, was he cremated? And if so, do you have some of his ashes still? I keep hearing that somebody's wondering what to do with the ashes, or somebody's wondering like how to honor me. Does that make sense? So because he passed away in February and that's coming up, do you, yes, cremated, he was cremated, but you don't have his ashes. Okay. He shows me cremated, and so he's February, dad, cremated. Okay. And he shows me something about honoring him every time around this time of year. So I don't know what you do every time around this time of year, but it makes me feel like we're trying to figure out ways to honor him. I feel like he keeps saying that to me, and I don't know if he had a head injury, but my head is pounding, so I just need to say that. And is there something decorating things, moderator? I don't know. Are you an interior decorator? Are you decorating your place? Decorations. I just keep hearing died from. Okay. Come on. One of the things is, can I tell you I love your dad? I just want to give him a big hug. I feel like if he were alive right now, he'd be like planning a barbecue for this weekend or something like that. I just keep seeing your typical dad by a grill, just barbecuing up a steak or something like that. And so did all your friends just love your dad? Because as I pull your dad forward, I just want to give him a hug. And usually if they were like a bad dad, I don't get this feeling. She says, yes. Okay. You're always wondering. I get it, sweetie. Yeah. He says she wants to know if I'm around. She's always looking for signs. Sometimes the people that we miss the most, what is my hair doing? We see the signs from the least. But I feel like I want you to know that I see your dad very much around you. And I just keep seeing like rose petals in the water, which is their sign to me that you guys either did that or that there's something about roses, or there's also a person named Rose on the other side, or somebody literally put flowers in a water in honor of somebody. Big griller, huge grill, and always people at the house. Yep, that's what I'm feeling. And I feel like he wasn't mean, but I'm just trying to tell you, like with the barbecue stuff, don't touch my barbecue stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like once he's grilling and he gets up in the mood, and it's not a bad thing. It's just like, don't get in his space and don't touch the grill. Do you know what I mean? Cremated remains was put in the ocean. Yep. But you were not present. Okay, that's why he's bringing this up. Because I keep seeing that. And so for him to show me this, who's Kimberly? All of a sudden they're all Kimberly. I was like, I don't know who that is. I'm trying to stay grounded here. A little bit sleepy today. But one of the things that I know that he's just, do you know Kimberly? A Kim or a Kimberly? I literally am trying to talk and he's all Kimberly. I know that he says that you didn't need to be there for him to know that you cared. Do you know what I mean? You didn't need to be there to know that he cared. Does that make sense to you when I say that? And he also made, and this is just, he's so sweet. He says that, yes, you understand that? Yeah. And he's saying that he doesn't believe that some people might think that you're stubborn or you don't being like told what to do, but I feel like you're kind of like your dad that way. Do you know what I mean? And it might drive other people crazy, but you have to figure out things for yourself. So I don't feel like you're stubborn. I just feel like you have a certain way that you like to do things. Does that make sense to you? And Lucky Dragons, can you say thank you for that? Yes, we are. Okay. Can you tell me your name? Because that helps too. Lucky Dragons, if you feel comfortable with that. Just your first name. I don't need first, middle, and last. Heather. Okay. Who is Kim? Kimberly. I swear I keep hearing that. Okay, Heather. And there was a Polly all day in my readings this morning too. I've got to ground myself more. And that's a cousin, Kimberly. Okay. See, how would I know that? So he knows people around you. Were you thinking about getting a tattoo of any kind in honor of him, or is someone getting a tattoo? New here from Nebraska. I would love a reading. I'm from Nebraska. I'm in the middle of a reading right now, but I will try my best. I actually was so sleepy. I was just coming on here. Yes, the tattoo. And I don't know if it's on an arm, but I want to rub my arm right here. So he's very aware of what you want to do. Do you know what I mean? Oh, hey, Julie. Does that make sense to you? Okay. I'm going to pull back here a little bit because we have other people chatting and that starts to move my energy around a little bit. Okay. I just want you to know that he loves you so much and that Daddy's always here for you whenever you need. Try to not disregard the signs or to overthink the signs so much. I know somebody who's as logical as he is, or you are. Look at numbers like receipts, odometers of your car, the time that you look at the clock. That's not a coincidence. Does that make sense? So I hope that helps you. Oh, thank you for saying that, Julie. Does that make sense to you when I say that? Heather, trying to think of anything else. And don't be hard on yourself, huh? You're doing better than you think. Yeah, that makes sense to you. Perfect. Thank you. And moderator, I want to go back to you since it was a double message. Lucky. Thank you, Lucky Dragon, aka Heather. I'm a little sleepy, guys, so I'm going to try and do some readings today, but I wanted to go back to, this is a double message. So what were you saying, moderator, about you have your no-no passed? And Nicole, I know he loves you very much. I wish I could give you all readings. I'm so a little bit sleepy today, but I did want to tell moderator that that's a sign of no-no coming. Your no-no, grandpa passed. My cousin and I have been talking about a wedding of hers on Valentine's Day and the fact that he's not going to be there. Okay, so important to know. He's going to be there. This was a person who kept his word here on the earth's plane, and he's going to do that now. Do you know what I mean? And so look for a sign. It's like, I can tell you, he makes me feel like a trickster, like he wants to do something silly. So I'm like, well, don't blow over the flowers or anything like that. But I do know that it makes me feel like he's going to be there. And hold on one second. There's like there's an unusual song. Have you, moderator, have you heard this song? And everybody just sit back and relax, because this might be a double message, or it's just a cool story for you to listen to. Moderator did, hold on one second. Is there an Elaine or an Elizabeth also on the other side? He was alive for her wedding and he didn't go. Okay. There's something about, I'm trying to tell you, he's coming through now, and I keep hearing the Elaine or Lillian or Elizabeth, and I hear an unusual song. My grandmother on the other side's name Elizabeth. That's it. That's why I'm hearing that. So to make amends for this, because he didn't go, but I also don't feel he was feeling well. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know if he was sick then or he was hiding how he was feeling. I don't feel he felt well. That's one of the things I'm seeing. Did your cousin have an unusual song coming down the wedding or to her wedding aisle? The reason why is there's this movie called About Time. Oh, I'll record it. I'll record this and post it again. But he's said, I feel like he was not well. You said he didn't come to the wedding. I feel like I was not well. So I don't know if he was sick around that time, but I'm telling you, I'm sweating and I feel like I was not well. That's what he was showing me. Ask your cousin. There's this movie called About Time, and Rachel McAdams is in it. I can't remember anybody else's. A whole bunch of people that were in Harry Potter were in it. It's called About Time, and it's an unusual wedding song that she comes down to the aisle in. It's not your standard song. So I just keep hearing extraordinary something song. I just keep hearing that over and over again. If that makes any sense to you. But I just know that he loves you very much. And Elizabeth seems to be somebody who is a guide for you. Oh, it broke up. It shows good on my connection. I'll tell you what, I'm going to be recording. I have it recorded, so I'll put it on the YouTube channel so that you can watch it. Okay? Does that make sense to you? Yeah. Oh, you think it's your phone? Yeah, because on this side it's not showing. Okay, and I'm going to do one more reading for somebody. Usually I pick a name, but I'm just going to say it like this. Oh, it's you. I was just going to say, I hear somebody's mom. Lady C 2015. Lady C 2015. Can you answer in all caps for me? Lady C 2015. Does breast cancer or cancer run in your family? If so, did your mom pass away of cancer? Lady C. And can you tell me your first name? I see you, sweetie. You say, yes, I'm here. Lady C 2015. Can you, I just need your first name. I don't need your whole name. Lady C. Did your mom pass away of cancer? Or does like breast cancer run in your family? Yes, it runs in our family, but she didn't die of cancer. Okay. I just keep hearing breast cancer runs in your family. She just keeps showing me that. So I don't know. And your name's Christy. Okay. Okay. Were you the oldest of everybody in your family, or were you just the most popular, Christy? I mean, not popular. What am I saying? Like her favorite or the most liked? Or are you just the helper? Are you the helper of the family? Because the reason why is I'm asking is your mom's coming through and she's saying thank you. You're the youngest, but you must be like the most responsible. Were you the one that helps your mom? Do you know what I mean? Because she makes me feel like when she's passing, she wants to say thank you. You're her only daughter. That would make sense. Because there's something like she's your favorite, she highlights you, and I know that means something different. Yeah. And you helped her all the time. Yep. And she wants to thank you for that. Yet, see, you feel guilty. You're like, I wish you do the shoulda, coulda, woulda. I wish I would have done more. She says she wants you to stop feeling like you're guilty. I don't know if your mom would take off her shoe and throw it when she was mad, but I feel like, don't make me take off my shoe. I'm like, what is that? Your mom chased you around with a shoe? But she does not want you to feel guilty because you were the only one who helped. Do you know what I mean? And you were always around. I feel like I have fresh flowers. I feel like you're always around making sure that she had fresh flowers, or you put fresh flowers on the grave or something. Did someone have a name change? Christy, did you change your name, or did someone have a name change? I've felt so guilty lately. She says, stop it. What's the thing with the shoe? When she got really mad, would she take off her shoe? What is the deal? Did she have one foot? She's showing me her shoes. When you're saying that you feel guilty, no name change that I'm aware of. Okay, then it was like somebody's named this, but they go by a nickname, or they have a different name. Do you know what I mean? A name change, like they use their middle name instead of their first name, something like that. She used to tell me that she would whip me, LOL, like with a shoe, right? Like, so she doesn't want you to feel guilty when you're the only one who helped. Do you understand? She's like, she loves you, baby girl. She wants you to let that go. And I have to be honest with you. I don't know if you've been dating people who haven't treated you right, but she's like, she doesn't want you going out with bozos. My son is named Cameron, but we call him Jay. That's a name change. Do you know what I mean? It's like a name change, completely different. Like, it's like completely different. That's it. Yeah. She does not want you to, she doesn't like it when people are taking advantage of your kindness. So I don't know if this is in your current relationship or just in general, but I feel like as your children get older, you're learning to set boundaries so that you can show them how to set boundaries too. But she doesn't want you to let people jump all over you. Is this making any sense to you? She's literally called someone a bozo. So that's my sign to say, like, they seem smarter on the outside, but they're not the sharpest knife in the kitchen. I understand. I'm working on setting boundaries. Yeah, she's talking about. I need to tell you, she's so proud of you. She's so proud of you. And she does mention flowers. So I don't know if you are by her gravesite, or if wherever you're honoring her when she was passing away, you always brought flowers. But I feel like I'm always buying flowers. So she's saying, now buy them for yourself. Do you know what I mean? You did it for me, now do it for yourself. Does that make sense? And how old is your son? I was literally going to put on here tonight because I'm getting kind of sleepy, but I wanted to do a live with you guys. And I'm just like feeling silly. Like, I don't want to get any rules here. That's okay, moderator. I'm save that so that you can play it later too, okay? Just know you're very loved, and Elizabeth is definitely your guide if you don't know that already. Okay, 10 years old. 10 years old going on 40 though. Do you know what I mean? A little Albert Einstein. So I'm not against people saying that someone has ADD or ADHD. If people need to take medicine, they need to take medicine. I'm telling you, whatever. She used to give you flowers. Yep. Give me my flowers while I'm here. Oh, she used to say, give me my flowers while I'm here. Because I was saying she won't stop talking about, yeah, he has ADHD. How would I know that? So here's what I know. and like listen to your gut. I'm not a professional. I am a psychology major. The reason why I stopped going to get my master's is because I started doing my internship and people were labeling kids very fast. And I was like, hey, how do we know they have this disorder? They're drinking Dr. Pepper and a Snicker bar before they come and see us. Like, I can't diagnose anybody until I see their diet. There is that, and allergies to food can make that happen too. But I did see that when we had the rise in, when we took art out of schools, I saw a rise in ADD and ADHD. I just did. And it seemed like we take art out of schools and then they rise up. So they, people with ADHD, they learn differently. They learn hands-on, and they're mostly like artists and stuff. I've been struggling with her death, so I'm falling into a bad depression and out of depression. Okay, she understands that. She's also saying, sweetie, you've got so many rules for you. It's like, it reminds me of like when someone's doing the dishes and you have to redo the dishes because you want the dishes the same way, so it feels like you do a lot. And I just want to say, like, have a day to play. Life seems so serious. Do you know what I mean? I feel like, yeah. I honestly feel like you need to play. I feel like taking a day off. She goes, I do, LOL. Too much. They always say dream like a child and plan like an adult. And a lot of us are dreaming like adults and planning like an adult. And it's just too much. We're getting headaches. I'm trying to relax more and relieve stress, but it's hard. Because you were the one always to help. So I'm not against seeing counseling, like see counseling and and find somebody who can help you realize that you deserve to have time for yourself, that you don't always have to be the one giving, because when we're on empty and we're grieving, it can be really hard. And we're just like going around on this merry-go-round. Do you know what I mean? It's hard to get off. Yeah. But let me see if there's anything else she has to say. I know she's coming through today saying, buy yourself flowers. Is she saying that what was the cause of her death? I do know she says that she always did so much for other people, so she would talk to God and say, you better take me when I'm sleeping. Did she pass away in her sleep? Because I keep getting that feeling. My grandmother's name was Mary. I don't think your mom's name was Mary, but if it is, then that's a good double coincidence. But she's showing me like what my grandma said. I pray for so many people, just take me when I'm sleeping. She goes, oh my God, yes. Oh my God, she passed away in her sleep, or her name is Mary. Both? One? So see, how would I know that? I don't know you, Chris. You know what I mean? She's just showing me. But I do know, can I tell you, your mom didn't have the easiest life growing up at all. And I feel like she, on Christmas morning in her sleep, so sorry, honey. Can you guys all send Lady C, her name's also Christy, can you send her some good energy right now? Deanna, I see you, baby. I do readings on the site too. I've seen you on a couple of my statements where you say that you need me. You can always link into my bio and schedule a reading too. Okay? I'm only saying that because I've seen your name on a couple times say that you need me. I'm so glad to help with people. We're sending you good vibes, Christy. We all love you so much. That's okay. Yeah. So Christy, let me see. I do take appointments. My phone readings are $225 per the hour. The Zoom readings are $325 an hour. I've been doing this for 2 decades. I'm a trained counselor, but I'm also a medium. So if you'd like to set something up, you can check out my bio. I am going to be having some readings that I do on here. So people who can't afford a reading, then just keep coming on, because that's why I do this as well. Okay. Is this making sense to you, Christy? everybody's coming through. I'm trying to see if you're asking for a message right now. I'm right in the middle of a reading, and you probably didn't know that. So hold on. We knew she had a lot of plants. That's why I tried to help so much. Yeah. She makes me feel like she just wants to hug you and just say it's not your fault. And I hate when people say this, but she's saying it was just her time to go. She had given what she needed to give already, and her body just feels lethargic. So I know that she's making me feel so grateful for you. You were her best friend and her daughter. And so when you lose a mom that you were close to also, it's like you get a double whammy because you lost your best friend. I feel like you just go to like still text her or call or hear her voice. Do you know what I mean? I don't feel like it's literally hit you still that she's gone, and I understand that. And I don't know if you have one of her blankets or her house robe, but anything that you can get of hers, like to keep around you, because she just keeps showing me she's putting her arms around you and she's trying to help you, but she can't get you out of your head to say like go rest. She can't do that for you. You've got to do that for yourself. She's saying, but she loves you so much, sweetie. I really feel like it was like a brain aneurysm, it feels like to me, but I do feel she passed really peacefully, and I don't know if she lost a brother or if there's a guy on the other side, but she's greeted by a gentleman when she passes. That's what she shows me. Okay. Perfect. I'm going to pause this for a little bit. You keep seeing 444. 444 means you have thousands of angels around you on your life purpose. Yeah. Does that make sense to you, Christy? I'm pulling back a little bit because I'm getting sleepy. I'm going to do something fun with you guys, and whoever wants to stay can stay. But I'm going to take a little bit of a break to go get my laptop. One of the things that I love to do is I love to give readings, but I also like to share with people to follow your dreams. And I am a writer and an artist by nature and a teacher. So I think I'm done doing readings today because I did them today and I came on here and did 3. If you're following me, keep Christy, you're more than welcome, sweetie. It was such an honor. Your mom loves you, and you don't need a medium to talk to your loved ones. You can just say, Mom, show me a sign that you're with me. Everybody that's asking. So if you're following me, please know that I'm going to keep going and doing random readings, but I'm going to pause this for a good maybe 5 minutes, and I'm going to get my laptop, and I have a book that I wrote called Layla Saves the Day. I can't do one more. I'm sorry. I'm so sleepy. I don't do, if you guys follow me, you know I don't do readings when I'm sleepy. But one of the things that I do is I encourage people to follow their dreams. And one of my dreams is to be a writer, and I've always wanted to be a writer. So one of my books is called Layla Saves the Day, and I'm going to go get it. And I wrote it out of a lot of pain. So I wanted to share that with you guys, okay? In hopes that it gives somebody a message, but I'll be right back. Hold on. Whoops. Oh, Lila, I'm sorry. Sweetie, come here. My dog just was under my feet. Oh, Delilah. Hang in there, you guys. So, all right, so I'm back. And for those of you who are following me, I'm going to be doing more readings, so just hang in there. I don't have a set schedule yet. I'm just coming on here when I can. And this is, so I'm dyslexic, and I was praying for guidance on what to do after I lost a lot of people in my life back to back. And I kept praying, and they were like, I was like, what should I do? And they're like, you need to write a book. And I was like, how's that going to help me get out of my situation? And so not only did my mom, my dad pass away, and then my husband at the time was like, I'm leaving, like out of nowhere, just wanted a divorce, which our relationship was like shaky at the beginning anyway. I mean, shaky for a while. So he left, and then my dog died, and then my nephew passed away. I was like, I had to quit doing readings for a while. So when I give readings, I know the pain that you guys are in, but I also don't want to do them when I'm tired. So I'm going to pause readings for a little while. And if you guys want to stay, you can stay. This is just, I wanted to do something silly. This is a story that I wrote called Layla Saves the Day, and it is on Amazon and Kindle. And oh, thank you, Jenny. I'm better now. But this is what I created out of my pain. So when I say your pain can be your gain, your message can be, your mess can be your message, this is what I mean. So this is my book called Layla Saves the Day. And if you want to stay around, you can. If you have any questions about how I started to write a children's book.
So I've got my essay written.
It's got commercials on it right now. So I'm just loading it. I created it and made it into a read-along for kids. And it was so fun to do.
By Julie Dart.
So when I encourage you guys to do things out of your pain, I have to do that too, and so that I can be accountable. So here it is, without further ado. You guys want to watch this with me? I feel like a teacher. This is Layla Saves the Day. It might be backwards for you guys, but we're good.
Layla Saves the Day by Julie Dart. There once was a little porcupine named Layla. Layla loved helping people. She often dreamt of doing amazing things, just like the superheroes she watched on television. There were a total of 3 superheroes in Layla's town. There was Hair-Raising Helen, who could rescue kittens that were trapped in tall trees. Hair-Raising Helen would command her hair to rise and then reach the kittens by wrapping them within her hair and bringing them safely back to their owners. Then there was Stinky Feet Joe. He could stop a robber from robbing a bank by just taking off his shoes. The smell would be so bad that the robbers wouldn't be able to take it, and they would immediately surrender. The last superhero was Lullaby Leon. All Leon needed to do was to start singing one of his lullabies, and the hoodlum would fall fast asleep. One day, while Layla was watching the 5 o'clock news with her grandmother Teresa, she saw a special news report.
Ladies and gentlemen, we come to you this evening with breaking news. Slim Shady O'Brien is back and has captured Hair-Raising Helen, Stinky Feet Joe, and Lullaby Leon. This team of crime fighters has been helping our city stay safe from any wrongdoings for decades. And now I fear for the worst, as Slim Shady O'Brien shows no signs of letting them go.
Oh no, thought Layla. She looked over at her grandmother and said, "We have to do something, Grandma." "Oh dear, what can we do?" "Well, you always say even small people can do big things, so we have to try to come up with something." "Oh dear," said her grandmother. "I suppose you are right. Let's at least go down to City Hall and see what we can do to help." Layla and her grandmother hopped on the first bus they saw and rode it to City Hall. There were people everywhere looking very concerned for the superhero's safety. Policemen and women had roped off the area so that no one could get close to the building. Slim Shady O'Brien was yelling out the window of the 2nd floor of City Hall.
"Now that I have captured all of the superheroes, you will all bow down to me. I am your new leader."
The crowd shouted, but Slim Shady O'Brien only laughed. Layla wondered what she could do. Then she saw it. There, in front of City Hall, was a small hole near the front door where the mail person would leave the boxes. "Look, Grandma," she said, tugging on her grandmother's arm. "There's a hole. I can get in there." "Oh, no, sweetie. I don't know if you can fit," said her grandmother. "Please, let me try. You always said small people can do big things. Now is my chance to prove it." exclaimed Layla. Oh, yes. I did say that, didn't I? Okay, sweetie. You go and try your best. Be brave, sweetheart. And I will be here waiting for you when you come back. But please, be careful, pleaded Grandmother. I will, Grandmother, promised Layla. Layla was able to sneak past the crowd without being noticed. Then she hurried past the policemen and women. She was near the hole now and quickly jumped through it. Layla remembered Slim Shady O'Brien had yelled from the window on the second floor earlier. That must be where he has Hair-Raising Helen, Stinky Feet Joe, and Lullaby Leon, she thought. As she climbed up the stairs, she heard Slim Shady O'Brien's voice.
I've got all of you trapped, and now I will rule this city forever.
Layla tried to think of a way to get Slim Shady O'Brien out of that room so she could set the superheroes free. She noticed the fire alarm lever. She had seen this same fire alarm lever at her school, but she was told never to touch it unless there was an emergency. Well, she thought, this is an emergency. So she took a deep breath, reached up on her tiptoes, and pulled on the lever as hard as she could. The alarm sounded throughout the building, and water started pouring from the ceiling spigots. Yelled Slim Shady O'Brien.
What is happening?
He fled the room and ran down the hall to try to turn off the alarm. Layla then ran as fast as she could into the room where the three superheroes were held. She noticed they were tied up and Lullaby Leon had tape across his mouth. Layla ran first to Hair-Raising Helen to try to set her free. My name is Layla, and I am here to help you.
How did you get in here?
They asked. I was able to fit through the hole for the mailboxes. Layla tried her best to loosen the rope, but it was too tight. Just then, Slim Shady O'Brien came storming into the room, the water still running.
What are you doing in here?
He yelled to Layla. I am Layla, she said with her head held high. I am here to help release our town's superheroes.
Ha ha ha.
He said.
Don't make me laugh. There are over 100 policemen and women out there, and none of them were able to stop me. So what makes you think you can stop me? Look at you. You are nothing but a small little girl.
My grandmother always told me small people can do big things, and I believe her.
All right,
He said.
that's enough of this. Let's get you out of here.
Slim Shady O'Brien ran towards Layla and tried to grab her, but Layla's quills poked his hands.
Ouch!
He yelled. He took a deep breath and tried again as Layla started to run with Slim Shady O'Brien chasing her. Round and round the room they went, when suddenly Slim Shady O'Brien slipped on the wet floor and slid right for Layla. Layla turned her back to him and crunched down to brace herself for the hit.
Yikes!
Slim Shady O'Brien screamed.
Yowza! What are those things?
Layla turned to see Slim Shady O'Brien. His bottom was covered in quills.
Oh, the pain!
He cried.
Oh, this hurts! I want my mommy!
He howled as he ran out of the room and out of the building. You did it, said Hair-Raising Helen.
He is certainly dead.
Said Stinky Feet Joe. Lullaby Leon just nodded because the tape was still on his mouth. Layla was able to release the rope using one of her quills and freed the three superheroes.
Let's get out of here.
Said Stinky Feet Joe. All four of them fled the building, keeping Layla close by. As they exited City Hall, the crowd cheered. The head policeman came over and made sure they were okay.
Who are you?
He asked Layla.
And how did you get in that building?
My name is Layla, and I wanted to help. I saw the small hole for the mailboxes, so I just climbed in.
She saved us.
They all said.
What?
Questioned the police officer. Her grandmother told her that small people can do big things. so she came to help us, said hair-raising Helen.
Well,
Said the police officer.
that was very brave of you, and we appreciate your help today. We had no idea how to save them. Oh, by the way, Slim Shady O'Brien was captured when he came running out of the building crying for his mommy.
They all laughed. The mayor was there and placed the superheroes next to her on the stage where she made an announcement.
We have great news. Slim Shady O'Brien has been captured, and her superheroes are free.
Yelled the crowd.
Wait,
Said Lullaby Leon.
we couldn't have gotten out of the building if it wasn't for our new and dear friend Layla. Layla is the one who saved us.
Layla, can you come up here, please?
Said the mayor. Layla took her grandmother's hand and they both went up on the stage.
Well, Layla, you are a small little girl.
Yes, I am, said Layla. But my grandmother always says that small people can do big things.
Your grandmother was certainly correct. And Layla, you have proven that to us today. Thank you.
The crowd cheered. Hair-raising Helen came over and took off her cape. You may be small, Layla, but you are the biggest superhero this town has ever seen. And then hair-raising Helen placed her cape around Layla's neck and tied it. The crowd cheered her name.
Layla! Layla! Layla!
Layla smiled the biggest smile she had ever smiled, and she waved to the crowd as she wore the new cape proudly. I guess Layla's grandmother was right. Small people can do big things. All it takes is a little courage.
Yay! And the reason why I wanted to share that with you guys is because I wanted to see, you guys are so funny. Oh my God. Did you love it? So thanks for hanging in. And I just am so sleepy. I wanted to do more readings, but I also wanted to share with you guys being a medium. I have dreams and aspirations too. And in readings, I'll see when someone needs to write a song or write a book. And I just felt like being kind of like a hypocrite when I was told to write a book, but I wasn't doing it. Oh, your first time here. Thank you for joining. It's adorable and so cute and so true. Thank you. Yeah, and so when people say, Julie, I can't create yet because I'm missing somebody. My son was watching So Internet Friendly. Oh, definitely getting it perfect. And it's on YouTube. It's just Layla Saves the Day. First time here too. Thank you for coming. Thank you guys. And what people don't know is I'm psychology major and medium and majored in minored in childhood studies. And so I love helping children feel better about themselves. I love helping people in general, but I feel like I have a gift in working with kids. All my friends' kids always called me their mom. Do you know what I mean? And I was always like the mom to go pick them up from school if their parents couldn't make it. First time here, so glad. So that was called Layla Saves the Day. And, sometimes we don't want to do things because we're like, that's kind of weird. I'm sitting here as a medium giving readings to people. And then I'm just like, oh, you're welcome. Thank you. She said, first time here. Thank you for sharing your book, Journey Your Life for the first time from Arizona. Nice to see you. I saw a medium once and she said, I would have a daughter, and I did, and she's 46. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, and so I wanted to just share with you guys how I started writing, because I feel like a lot of you will have times where you want to do something and you'll say like either you don't have time or it's just not the right time. And I wrote that with back pain, going through divorce. I had 3 months more to live in the house that I was at, and I was going through depression. I had quit doing readings because I had like so many people pass away back to back, and I promised myself that I would never do readings if I was getting tired, but I still wanted to create. And so it was always my dream to be an author, but I'm dyslexic. And so you don't have to do something overnight. Like if you want to write a book or start a business, it's like just start somewhere. It's like 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. You never know what goodness is going to come out of it. Do you know what I mean? And it did. Yeah, does it feel like an outlet for me? Yeah, it does. Like the world is kind of serious for me and I'm more childlike. Do you know what I mean? I love being around kids and playing and writing children's books and making up stories. Like I'm just going to start crying. Like it's like a dream of mine. It touches my heart. And so this is my passion, is doing readings and helping people. But my passion of passions is like writing stories that help people feel better. Do you know what I mean? And oh, thank you, Hannah. I really like that. Thank you. And you have 1212 in your 12. And my sign from my dad is December 12th. So I'm looking at that. See, and you have a lot of 12s in your username. Thank you. So when people look at me, sometimes they're like, oh, it was easy for you. I was like, no, I created things out of pain. How I knew I was a medium is the first time I caught my ex-husband cheating. A lot of people don't know this, just FYI. I had an inkling that he was not being honest. Now I'm sharing this story with you to show you how far I've come, but it was like a hard time. And so he moved out. I asked him to move out. And I got a Reiki book. And I don't know if you guys know what Reiki is, but it's an ancient art of healing where you do like laying on of hands. Hi, Cass. And I started that. And then I started seeing things like very clear. Like I've always had like visions, but like these were like spot on, like names of things and stuff. So my gift kind of opened up really wide. And then I took him back because he said he was sorry. And then 10 years later, he ended up leaving because he was in a relationship, but whatever, it all worked out. I got 2 beautiful kids from it, but the marriage itself was painful. And then with the deaths that I had back to back, and then when my dog died, I was like, that's it, I'm just done. And somebody was saying like, God only gives you what you can handle. And I don't believe that. I never have. It's always made me so mad when I've seen that. But I did see a saying the other day that says that, how does it go? Let me see again. It goes, God doesn't give you what you can handle, or God gives you things not to show you how strong you are, but to show you how strong God is, if that makes any sense. Oh, thank you, Hannah. You're so sweet. Thank you, Jenny. I've been so much through childhood and early adult. It's made me who I am today. Right. My mom always said, if you have the advantage of being disadvantaged, and you're more compassionate with people. It takes a lot to shock me. So when I'm doing readings, people are like, this is going to shock you. I'm like, takes a lot. Don't hurt older people, kick puppies or animals, and don't be mean to kids. Like, because that part I have my tolerance with, but other than that, I'm pretty good. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Who's that? Chrissy, Michelle. You guys are so sweet. So I did want to just share that with you. I am sleepy right now. I know a couple of you are asking for readings. When you see my eyes like this, I'm going to quit. I don't trust myself giving you messages when I'm tired. But I did want to come on here and give those messages that I gave earlier. And I did want you to know that when I tell people to follow their dreams, I really am a person who believes that you have to like show people that too. So if any of you are thinking about starting your business or writing especially or anything like that, thank you, Naomi. Just do it. Do you know what I mean? It's like you need a Nike angel. I had no idea how my children's books were going to come to fruition. I tried to get a publisher. It didn't work. I ended up having, thanks, Jenny, I ended up having a person just tell me to self-publish. And I was like, I'm going through a divorce. I don't have the money to self-publish. So I've been writing my books. I was sitting at a cafe called Stacks in Campbell, California. Yes, and vision boards, the power of vision boards as well. I write everything down in a journal. You're absolutely right, Hannah. And so one of the things that I did was I always wrote my books at this cafe. This is the coolest story ever, you guys. This is like ultimate manifestation. And Hannah, you'll love this too. And Cassie, love you so much, moderator. So I was sitting at this cafe called Stacks in Campbell, California. You can look it up. And I had been writing my book there, and everybody saw me do that, and they saw me go through the loss of my my dad, then my mom, then the divorce, then my nephew passed away, then the dog. And it just was like so much. I couldn't take it anymore. It was too much. And so I was sitting at the cafe and I had an agent. I was hoping to get signed. Like I was like, this will be the ultimate story. The girl that goes through a divorce, like gets signed with a publishing company, and it did not happen. And I was so mad. But every time I prayed for guidance on what to do next to heal myself, they said, you can go and someone's asking, am I in Texas? No, sunshine, I'm in Tigard, Oregon. So I didn't get the agent and I didn't get the publishing contract. And so I was just so bummed. And so the manager of Stax came over to me at the time and he said, what I think you should do is I think you should self-publish. And I looked it up for my first book to self-publish, and I was like, that's going to be a lot of money. I don't have the money for that. I think it was like $3,000. I have to remember exactly so that I can tell you guys exactly, but just let me tell you that I know it was in the thousands. And they said, well, he said, well, just get someone to sponsor your book. And so I wrote all these letters with companies of people that I knew, and no one did it. So I came into Stax one time, head hung low, and the manager's, the owner's son was there, or the owner's nephew. And the manager came out and he said, were you able to get your book published? And I said, self-published. I said, no, just don't have enough money and nobody wants to sponsor it. And he goes, we're going to sponsor it. Mind you, I have been through so much loss, the divorce, the dog dying, like everything. I was done. The story still makes me cry. So I want to give you hope today that something good is coming your way that you're just not expecting. So the owner's nephew comes out with the manager and they have a check and they go, here, this is it. And I look at it and it's made to Julie Dart for $3,000. And I was like, I can't take this check. And they said, go make your dreams come true. Go publish your book. So my first book that I published was called Ellie, E-L-L-I-E, Stands Up to the Bully. And at the beginning of it, it says Stax sponsored the book, and they did. So if you have a dream of anything and you're wondering how it's going to come to fruition, I couldn't have planned that. So sometimes if you do the now, then the universe, God, whoever you believe in as a higher power, can do the how. Do you know what I mean? Someone's saying, I keep saying Hannah. Hannah 12:12:12. That's why. Hannah says, my heart is exploding. I love the story. Divine timing, right? Trust the universe. And side note, had I written the book when I wanted to, when I was married, he wasn't an honest guy. Can you imagine a book taking off and then me being with him and having to give him half of it? I would have been like livid. And I wanted an agent, and the agent at the time was embezzling from his company. So he wasn't even honest. So all the stuff I wanted, God was like, if you could just move out of the way, we have a plan for you. And I wanted to share this with you. Yes, because I knew some of you have been wanting this. Little so-and-so, you've been wanting to write a children's book for so long. Like, don't wait. I felt like I needed to share it. And I saw we had 100 views and it went down to 46, which is actually a sign from my mom because she was born on April 6th, along with my daughter, who is her namesake. But follow your dreams, you guys. If you're waiting for someone to come to the door, if you're waiting for a contract or someone to discover you first, that might not happen. But if you do what you can now, the universe, I don't define it for anybody. I call it God. To me, God is unconditional love. Loves all people, bi, straight, purple, whatever. God is just unconditional love to me. So I always just refer it to as God. And some people say the universe, the other side, the divine, Gaia. As long as you know there's a higher source always helping you with your life purpose. And if you keep getting an idea, somebody's like, oh, I wanted to write children's books for so long. If you keep getting that idea, no matter what logic comes your way, it's time. It's time to go. Do you know what I mean? Girl, God is looking out for me so much. You're absolutely right. So I wanted to share this with you guys because some of you guys may be stumped on I don't know how to write or I don't think I'm smart enough. A lot of writers don't write because they have all those questions. And I'm saying that I wrote that book. I'm dyslexic. I may have gone to college, but I did not do well. I barely graduated. It took everything for me. So I'm not the sharpest knife in the kitchen when it comes to, writing and things like that. But writers are storytellers. Editors are the good writers. So you don't even have to be a good writer to write a children's book. See, Piece 83, I've been thinking about writing books, and I want to write too. You mentioned this in the reading I gave you. Yeah, how would I know that? I don't know any of this from you guys, right? Yes, sometimes the reoccurring idea is your soul's purpose. Yep. Yeah, that's right. Hannah, you're so right. Yeah. My friend just amazed me with a children's book called How to Write Children's Books. That's so cool. Hi from New York. So you guys, I'm going to get going. My doggie is hungry. She's just been so patient. If you like the book I have, it's called Layla Saves the Day. It is on Amazon or Kindle. Hi from Vermont. I'm going to save this on YouTube so you can look at it, but you can read along with the book. It's on YouTube, and you just look up Layla Saves the Day. Okay? Perfect. Yeah, I think you guys should network on here and support one another, because we're all just trying to get through this and inspire each other to keep going. And that's really what I want to do. Okay. So love you guys. Thank you so much for the people who let me read them earlier. Thank you for reading the children's books with me today, and just sending you guys blessings, and really follow your dreams. I have Field of Dreams up here for a reason. You just build it and it will come. If you're waiting, nothing's going to happen. So move where you can and let God's Spirit do the how. Okay. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I'll talk to you later. And thank you, moderators. You guys are amazing. Love you. Bye, Cassie. Thanks for helping today. Bye, you guys. Oh, how do you get a reading? You can check out my bio and all the information's there. Okay. Sending you love. Bye, guys.